Well, the Central Regional Minister says he uses the first 5 minutes of every opportunity he is given to speak, to touch on Arrive Alive and the need for all to embrace the campaign. Kwame Duncan, who is full of praise for the multimedia group, especially JoyNews, for the Arrive Alive campaign, himself a victim of a road accident, sees the campaign as a possible panacea to the many crashes killing thousands of Ghanaians every year. Here's more.
Privileged to be in the office of the Central Regional Minister, Teacher Kwame Duncan. We have started this campaign, Arrive Alive, and he must be interested because his region has been in the news, some for good reason, but this year, because of that fatal accident which claimed a number of lives, Central Region was in the news for all the bad reasons. But he promised to do some things to make sure that what we witnessed this year do not happen again, even if it will happen, not at that high rate. And I'm here to have interaction with him about this Arrive Alive campaign and what he can do to help in his capacity as a regional minister to ensure that under his tenure, the few months left, even if there will be road crashes, is going to reduce. So good afternoon, and thanks for your time. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Thank you, Kwame.
Yeah. You must be concerned about road traffic accident. We heard you a few weeks ago speaking passionately about what happened on the Cape Coast Takoradi stretch.
Yes, I am concerned. I've always been concerned, and I'm sure everywhere meaning Ghanaian is concerned about the continuous road crashes or traffic accidents on our roads. Many families are in a certain level of pain, agony. It's because they have lost those they depend on, breadwinners. Some have become maimed, and I've had opportunity to watch a few of your docus that you have done. Persons who have been affected by the loss of their dear ones. And I recall, I think in the 90s, where 3 eminent surgeons, yes,
urologists,
yes, urologists, who together lost their lives on the Accra-Kumasi highway.
Around Linda Door.
Exactly, and the wife, one of the wives, I'm told that the tragedy simply did not even make her continue to even have any more husband. And I also listened to the children, all of it captured in the docu, and the impact that it had on him and had on siblings and the family as a whole. To tell yourself that I have a business to transact and having free mind, free heart, I'm traveling across our route, across our towns, get to my destination and carry out a business, a transaction, and come back only for information to get back to the house that this is what has happened.
You didn't arrive alive.
At all. It's one that comes with a certain level of devastation. Devastation. And Kwame, I want to pat you in particular on the back, and then your media conglomerate. Here I'm talking about the Joy Group.
Multimedia Group Limited, yeah.
You are the kind that if you place your mind on a particular subject, you don't give up. And the period that you started Arrive Alive, you have had instances where the very thing you are projecting to the entire country, for the entire country to be brought on board, gets happening and happening and happening. In some other establishments, so let's give up.
You cannot give up.
But what I've seen, the characterization of the multimedia is that even when the going is getting tough, that's when you get going. And I know that in the long run, you will succeed in galvanizing the thoughts and minds of all who matter and the major stakeholders. And already, I've seen the strides that you have made, getting support from Christian Council. I heard, I'm sure, the General Secretary who spoke. I also have heard about the National Road Safety Authority,
the DVLA,
they themselves,
the MTTD.
Yes, except that the campaign that you have waged and the call on all of us, we have not responded in a manner that corresponds with the vigor.
And that's on Arrival Live. Just before we cross over to business, there's a statement that's been issued, a directive to all archbishops, bishops, priests, and lay faithful from the National Catholic Secretariat Office of the President, that's directing that all public masses be suspended for the next 4 weeks. It says daily private masses should be offered, and then churches and adoration chapels be open for private prayers. Also, that where possible, live streaming of masses should be encouraged to enable the faithful receive spiritual communion. Also, all public spiritual programs such as retreats, devotions, meetings, confessions, pilgrimages be suspended also for the next 4 weeks, and all Catholic schools be closed until further directive. And that's coming from the National Catholic Secretariat Office of the President, Most Reverend Philip Name. That's the latest coming in from the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference. Stay with us. You're still watching News Desk. In business, we examine the likely economic impact should Ghana fail to contain the outbreak of this virus. That's all coming up. Stay with us.
Government is analyzing the potential impact to our economy of the virus and will trigger the relevant response to minimize it.